Welcome back, everyone, to the 3-Star Dragon Ball Buddies. I'm Ken O'Connor.
I'm Josh Brandon.
I'm Fong.
And we are back for a second week in a row. Well, I guess technically we took a week off.
No, they took a week off.
They took a week off, so we took a week off. Exactly. A well-deserved break after coming back after 2 years.
Yeah, we're on a great pace already.
Yeah,
We're so consistent.
exactly. How you guys doing today?
Fong?
I'm good.
Josh,
Yeah, I
how are
agree.
you?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Good. We are here today to discuss episode 107 of Dragon Ball Super Revenge F, The Cunning Trap? Question mark,
Wait.
exclamation point?
But hold on, before the Cunning Trap, how are you, Ken?
Oh, I am doing excellent today. Thank you for asking, sir.
Now let's talk about the Cunning Trap.
No, we'll get there in a minute. First, we're going to talk a little bit news before we dive into today's episode. Fong, why don't you start off with this? What's going on with Android 21?
So there's this new video game called Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Woo!
It's a fighting game made by the people that make Blaze Green and Guilty Gear.
Isn't it Blaz Blue?
I say Blaze Green
Why?
Yep.
because it's funnier.
Okay, I can't argue with that.
And yeah, they've been announcing characters and such. It's pretty much like standard characters, everybody you know. They announced Tien and Yamcha recently, but alongside them, they also announced an OC, an original character, Android 21. She's described as a busty scientist lady, which she's not really that busty.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Although it's
I don't know,
funny,
she's cool.
I searched Android 21 on Google, and the first thing that pops up is a YouTube video, all in caps, Android 21 is hot.
ooh,
I can't disagree.
I might have to check that out. No.
She seems cool. She's described as being, like, as smart as Jiro, if not more so. So, that's interesting.
Well,
I think
he
someone
made-
theorized like, oh, it's his wife or something.
Oh,
she
is
looks
this
way
one of
too
those,
young.
like, was a person and then she had some illness and then he constructed her into an android before he died, or tried to keep her around and then he ended up dying, but, like, now she's still around.
Or his daughter.
Hmm.
It could
Yeah.
be. I just want to.
Like
I just want to.
Metal Alchemist kind of.
I just want to know where she's been for this entire time. Because in the previews they show her with that's 16, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So she's interacting with 16. 16 has been long gone from the show since the Cell Saga. So
Right.
I think the story's supposed to take place between the Universe 6 and the Black Arc, or like sometime during the Black Arc. So it's supposed to be like super territory.
even though they're calling this Fighter Z, and like it
Yes.
looks like they're focusing on Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, you'd have to think it's coming into the show at some point. It's kind of like the reveal of like the Rockruff thing with Pokemon. I feel like they're gonna end up explaining it or something. So
Oh, you think we're gonna actually see her in the canon anime?
yeah,
I did not.
Oh,
think,
I don't know about
yeah,
that. I
didn't-
don't know about
I
that.
didn't think that at all.
because now that they brought like Android 17 back into the mix, I could see them working something with that as like an after tournament arc. I don't know.
I don't know. I think she's just here as a cool filler character for the game. Like she might,
Yeah.
like depending on how, like I have no idea what the story is going to be for this game at all. If it looks like they're doing a full animated story. I just don't know how it's going to be intertwined. Because I keep thinking of like Xenoverse 2. Like they can pull shit like this in Xenoverse 2 because they're time traveling, they're changing up things. Like that makes sense to me. But I don't see how they can fit a brand new character into a story, even though they're using elements from Super in this, but it's still Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, no one really knows. So.
Yeah. Well, strictly design wise, what do you guys think of her design?
I like her dress. She looks like a Nintendo Switch.
She does. What if that's what if that's their subtle way of like saying, "Oh yeah, this is coming to Switch"? Like Nintendo.
The weirdest subtle way I've ever seen in my
People
life.
have been begging for this game to come to Switch, and if it doesn't, after this lady is dressed like one, it'd be pretty funny.
Well, it's like how they released Bayonetta, released the Platinum Games released an image of Bayonetta, and it was Bayonetta from the first game in red, and then Bayonetta from the second game in blue, and it was like on top of each other, like switched. It's like, oh, is that Bayonetta 1 and 2 for Switch? And, like they haven't said anything; they just released that picture. So it feels like if we see anything with red and blue these days, it's like, oh, that's a Switch game coming.
But the Switch is like, it's only the neon red, neon blue for the Joy-Cons. Like, The Switch is really red and white for the logo. So
No, but I think that we've seen enough red and blue stuff that
I guess.
Yeah, I associate it with it, even things that aren't actually related to it.
Yeah.
Like that clown god's pants.
I still hate that guy.
Like that's pretty good brand recognition, I think.
We'll get this a little bit, but I hate that the fact that we're losing all these good characters in the main like show, because I want to see the clown god interact like with Beerus and the other fighters in a way. Like, and if he gets erased, it's like, oh, we lost a cool character. Because some of these gods of destructions are interesting.
I like the mouse so much.
Yeah, even though they're playing up the cat and mouse game too much with Beerus and him.
Well, I don't know. I kind of view it as like they're there, you learn a bit about their backstory, and then they're gone. Like, and I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because then you almost stretch yourself too thin. Because I don't know. You look at One Piece. Sometimes they do like all the background of everyone and whatever, and it ends up being like a long time. Like, if you have all those people staying around, like what? Then you're gonna want to learn about all of them, and that's gonna be a whole thing, and you'll have episodes completely focused on that universe and never the actual one that we care about most. And it's like. It's a slippery slope, I think.
I just like the opportunity for characters to come back, and the fact that these are getting erased means that they are gone. Like, we can show the clown guy now, and if he, like, survives and comes back, like, 2 arcs from now with, like, a revenge plan, that's interesting to me. But if he gets erased and that's it, then it's like, oh, well, I guess the clown guy will never come back.
What if they've actually been sent to the Shadow Realm, and then you can kind of pull them back?
And then Yami Yugi takes Vegeta.
Right.
Mind blast, break. Whatever he does, mind shatter.
Oh my god! All right, well we're starting to skew off now into another timeline. Any other things you guys want to mention with Android 21 at all, or this Fighter Z?
Now that we've created another time ring,
a nice one.
Thanks. I mean, I think it's exciting, sure. I mean, because always the one perpetual problem I have with Dragon Ball, as much as I love the series and all the different ones, whatever, you know, it's always like the same host of characters. Like, it's very rare. Like, aside from the couple enemies here or there that are kind of different and then go away because they die or lose, whatever. Like, it's always this like merry-go-round kind of good and bad people. So nice to see a new character, completely brand new character. So I like it.
Mm-hmm. Fong, anything you want to say?
When she was described as busty, I was fearing the worst, considering this developer has like crazy mega tits on their characters, but like she doesn't. She seems like a normal character.
I feel like Toriyama and anyone like tied to Dragon Ball would not allow that to happen with this game. And like, I can't describe any character in Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or any of the different shows that's like is even close comparable to some of the One Piece girls. Like, even like Bulma, who's like the sex symbol, like the most you see of that is like in some of like the figures they make of Bulma. Like, never in the show have I thought Bulma's been like overly sexualized.
And Toriyama designed this character too. I don't think we mentioned.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he loves the Switch. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, confirm.
I bet he owns one.
Yeah, and this game is coming out February 2018. So we still have a wild way to go for that. Do you think
could be the 28th?
Do you think we'll see more characters like this, like new characters, or do you think this is like the one and done, like this is the special character for the game and move along?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. If you're announcing this now and there's such a way to go, I feel like you have time to actually like an original character, I feel like is something you would announce at the very end of you announcing characters. But since they're doing it now, maybe like there's more to come.
Yeah. Oh, here's something cool. I don't know if this is true or not, but on the Wikipedia page, under plot, it says Goku and his friends must fight a new battle against a revived Android 16 in an army of super androids designed to resemble and fight like them.
Yeah, I've seen the picture of the shadow androids.
Yeah, but
they just look like Goku and Krillin and stuff.
I think that's how they get away with the whole fighting game mechanic then, because then you can have a Goku versus Goku fight and like keep moving along. You can have Goku and Vegeta fight in the storyline without being Vegeta. It's Android Vegeta and keep on going. So
just like Jelly Vegeta.
Because you think about it, in most fighting games, it makes no sense. True. It makes no sense why these characters are fighting each other and the story keeps going.
Yeah,
like Budokai did it right because it actually was just following the timeline of the games of the anime. But for a fighting game, there's really never any rhyme or reason to it.
Budokai.
All right, I think that's a good time to move forward. All right, let's talk about this week's episode. So we were talking about episode 107, Revenge F the Cunning Trap, question mark, exclamation point. It aired on September 17th, 2017. Initial impressions, Fong, what'd you think?
I liked it because treat Master Roshi with some respect, damn it.
Yeah, I kind of along those lines. Also, just our greatest nightmare was almost coming true, but then didn't come true.
I know. We'll discuss that in a little bit. But I was literally like, no.
Yeah, I was like, of course. Right after we talked about this, I'm like, this cannot be happening right now.
I think it makes it timely though, honestly, that we did discuss that possibility.
Well,
and then immediately they imagine if they were aware of that, like, yo, should we totally trick them and then do it this way? Because it almost felt that way to me.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. I liked the episode overall. I felt it was it's the beginning of maybe a mini Frost arc in this little arc we have going on here, because the preview for next week, we'll talk later on, showed Frost is still at large and planning shit. So I'm glad to see him as an actual villain now too. He's completely got rid of that whole oh, I'm a good guy and blah blah blah. He's all out no, I'm a bad guy, I'm out for revenge, I'm here to do this shit. So I like that they've kind of did a little heel turn with his character.
He's a fugitive.
He is.
That's right. He's gotten weaker since then. No.
Do you think he's actually gotten weaker? Because when he said that, oh, that makes sense, but I didn't buy any of it, honestly.
Right. I think it makes sense, but I don't think so.
Yeah, he could totally be lying.
I think, if anything, he's gotten stronger, and he has a Golden Frieza form, too, now.
Could be.
He's
fighting Hit. He was fighting Hit. I don't remember if he said he got stronger or not. I think they mentioned his power then.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I think he's just being coy. I think that his entire thing now is deception. So he'll say shit like that, and he'll again, he was buying time by talking. I don't know. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. So
yeah. I mean, what's it called? I think though. Well, I mean, you like seeing him back, but he's actually more cunning than I thought with that whole combo that he did. But I guess we'll talk about that in a bit or something. Yeah,
so let's go through the episode piece by piece, and we'll talk along things on the way. So first thing we see is it's a flashback of Frost and Champa talking, basically after the first tournament with Frost, and basically begging for his life, please don't kill me, please don't destroy me. I promise that if you let me live, I'll make this up to you and whatnot. So that was interesting to see, the fact that he's just groveling, because I think we underestimate how strong Champa really is, because he is a god of destruction still, even though he's fat and portly. He's still.
I like how that's the first that you pick on, but yeah.
Even though he's disabled, fat.
Yeah. Well, comparing him to Beerus, who's more threatening looking?
Well, yeah, Beerus.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Fat lives
I think
matter.
It's also just more of the fact of the voice actor and than the way that he always just he says stupid things. I think that's
he's a comedy character first.
Right.
Exactly. So I never take him as serious as I do Beerus back when we saw Battle of the Gods. Beerus and Whis over time, they're now they're buddy with us and they're funny, but you remember back to Battle of the Gods, they were threatening. Especially when they said oh yeah, Whis trained Beerus, so Whis is the strongest in the universe. It's oh god. But now it's oh, just give him some ramen and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, now everything's a joke with them.
Yeah, they really don't do anything amazing anymore. Even when Beerus is yelling at the mouse dude, yo, shut the
well, to be fair, right now they can't do anything. They're technically powerless.
I know, but still, even Beerus flip-flopping on all the people, oh, he's doing great. Oh, come on, he's gonna lose now. Beerus has no faith in anyone.
Well, he's got no choice, so he's sitting there as a spectator, just being himself. I don't know, usually, he doesn't have to put on an intimidating face.
Gotcha. Well, the next thing we do is we get a really unnecessary recap of who's left in the tournament, which I guess for the average viewer is good, but they're running through, okay, in Universe 3 we have these many people.
Right, it's the fact that they kind of displayed it as, just in case you haven't been paying attention at all.
Yeah.
If you've been paying attention, you have a general idea.
Yeah.
I would think.
Well, we're down to what, 36 fighters?
36, except now after this it's 34.
Yeah. So at this rate, we'll
But
be done.
remember when they took like an extra 5 seconds for Zeno-sama to count to 36 even after being told 36? 36.
Yeah.
And then of course repeated. But yep.
Yeah. It was interesting though when what was it? I think it was Universe 8, was it? Where they mentioned how many fighters were left, but 2 were missing.
Right, which wasn't that the universe with those little 2 fly things that looked exactly the same, which were
Yeah, I
not
think
in
it's
the
those.
silhouette.
Yeah,
I think they're almost like they're gonna be like chameleons or something. Like they're there the whole time, but blend in with the scenery or something.
well, Beerus has a line like we haven't seen them since the very beginning. So have they been invisible this entire time?
Yeah, they're big
Yeah,
chameleon
because Tien
things.
sensed them.
Then how do we have that picture of them?
Because we cheated.
It could have been from magazine scans, I think.
Oh, okay.
That just like shows everyone.
Or during like
And also,
the recruitment.
clearly, Tien told us that he's
Yeah, that. So people
Sensed
thought
them.
that there were like people knew there were invisible fighters this whole time because they like kind of mentioned it, but and then like Tien sensed them, but it amounted to nothing.
Yeah.
Like him sensing it, and he's kind of useless.
Yeah, I forgot
And
about
everyone else just found out through like deduction. So like I don't understand why you gave Tien that.
I forgot about it completely. So when they mentioned that, like, oh yeah, we haven't. Who are those two? Like, it did make sense we haven't seen them. And then I thought back to our conversation last episode about like if a fusion was allowed as one person or if it counts as 2.
right, but I don't think that's.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case, but
I mean, it's like unless one fused with the other one, and like not the other one, like they
they fuse
the
with other
2
people. Yeah,
the other 2 on their team, but like I don't think that's true.
yeah.
But, yeah.
Then we get a fight between Universes 3 Maji Kaio versus the remaining 3 Universe 11 people, the Justice Troops, or whatever you want to call them.
Oh, is that their name?
What are they called? The
Pride
Troopers?
I think. I'm
That-
actually
yeah,
not
that
sure.
sounds.
I don't
right,
know.
yeah.
We have Uncle Grandpa, Rabbit Beerus, and Jiren. So,
Pretty true.
what'd you think of this water guy? We saw Goku fighting this guy in the last episode, but then he abandoned it to go fight, to go save Roshi.
Yo, Jiren. Oh my god.
Yeah. It wasn't even the punch that hit him. It was the force that his punch made.
Right. He never made contact.
Yeah.
And somehow the guy also got shrunken down to like a fly when he died.
Well, I think that he builds up his matter. So I think he that punch he lost all his matter. Because you saw he made his fist bigger and then bigger and then bigger when he was trying to do that giant punch against Jiren.
Right. He was trying to be like a budget form of Luffy. And
Yeah, that was some goofy shit. Even I noticed that.
Yeah, that was on Gear 4.
Oh man. But yeah, so it's not even a matter of what I thought of the blue guy. It was a matter of, oh my god, Jiren. I was like, wow.
They're still doing that thing though. They keep building Jiren up to be like this big baddie. He's
they actually showed something, so it was like, jeez.
yeah, but do you think he's doing anything special, or do you think he's just super strong?
He's probably just super strong.
Yeah.
See, that's so boring to me though. I like when there's
Exactly.
I like when there's a gimmick or because even when Goku fought Hit back in the Universe 6 and 7 arc, he had the whole time skip thing. He was super strong, but he also had another ability going on in the background that made that fight super interesting. Jiren just seems like, yo, I'm strong. He seems to have some kind of sixth sense about things a little bit. I don't know, but
Yeah, they're teasing an ability for him, but I don't
see
I don't
it.
see what it could be.
Yeah.
They also teased Hit's ability beforehand, and that was more interesting.
Yeah, I loved Hit's ability. Hit is a very cool character to me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I think they're still doing a good job building up the hype for him. Because I don't think he's going to be fighting again for.
It's gonna be
long
him and Goku at the end.
Well, right. I'm saying I
That's
don't.
2 episodes from now.
Yeah. So I don't think he's going to fight until then.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right, and then next we go back to Roshi. He's still recovering after the events of the fight, licking his wounds, and then all of a sudden we hear Frost's voice start talking to him, and he's looking all around, look up this light in the sky for a split second, and then Frost does some freaking serial killer stuff and shows up behind Roshi. And he just starts beating the ever-loving crap out of Roshi to begin with. Roshi powers up for a split second, starts fighting him.
That looks so cool when he did that.
Yeah.
Oh, and he bounced him off?
Especially
He's like on the floor, and then he turned into this big muscle form.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Especially because there's no flying in this tournament, so the fact that he's punching him so hard to keep him in the air, and he's like lunging forward too, it was just like a great sequence. And then when Broshi has it seem like, oh, I know your game. You're just hiding around and picking off the weaker players once they get too weakened after a fight. So
100% true.
Which is true, yeah, and it's an evil thing to do. So, of course, because it's an evil thing to do, Roshi breaks out another evil containment wave bottle. How'd you feel about him trying this again? And then a third time later on?
I don't understand why they tell us he might die from doing it if he doesn't actually.
He never dies, yet he does it a million times.
My biggest thing was I was afraid this would weaken the episode from 2 weeks ago. Or just 2 episodes ago, where like he did have like the big dramatic like he might die thing, because I'm sitting there now like, okay, they're not gonna like do the entire like Goku and Krillin be strong play, like they're not gonna redo what they did 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, what's the point of him doing the containment wave again? Like it seemed like it was almost like muddying up his previous attempt at it.
Well, in terms of the moves he has, I mean, that's a surefire move to use against stronger opponents, so it made sense from that standpoint. But yeah,
it's a well-protected move. Everyone's like scared of it.
Yeah, it must do something. Like it like does something to them when they're surrounded by that energy.
Well, he tries it on Frost, and it's working for the most part. But
it did work. He missed because his arm was like broken from the shoulder down.
Yeah, he misses the bottle. And Frost is not captured, but Frost is like visually shaken up and like
that's
injured from it. Like he's like, what the hell was that? But then my issue here is, so Frost honestly had no idea what that was at all, because he gets completely blindsided by it. He didn't see it happen in the previous 2 episodes. I guess he wasn't watching long enough. And then when Roshi tries it a third time later on, he somehow knows how to reflect it back at another person. Like we
I don't think the reflection
Piccolo did it.
When
did he?
In Dragon Ball, even though he saw it like 8 times beforehand.
Yeah, like we can also go back to the Goku Black arc where they're able to learn it from watching a video on their phone.
That was so dumb.
Well, so I guess it's like once you see this thing, you know the arm movements, and that's all you need to know.
I mean, the biggest thing was trying to land it in the bottle, right? And somehow he perfectly did that with Vegeta, and I was like, wow. But I thought he'd definitely miss on that part because, like, aha, you haven't used it before or something. And then it's like, oh, no.
Well, it was interesting, too, because after he fails the first time at Frost, they keep showing the bottle on the ground in front of Frost, and they keep, like, lingering on it for a minute or two. I'm like, why do they keep lingering on the bottle? And then Roshi pulls out a third bottle, and so later on, when he tries to do it again on them, Roshi smashes the third bottle, thinking, okay, Vegeta can't get captured now. And he's like, haha, you gave me the second bottle. It's like, how many bottles does Roshi have? How is he allowed? Like, I feel like Zeno somehow would like, okay, he has 3 bottles now. That's not cool anymore.
Stop being cool.
It was cool the first time. Stop bringing out bottles.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah, Fong, what'd you feel about him just like using it over and over again in general?
Yeah, I don't see a reason to mention why that he might die if he's not gonna like die.
Yeah.
Especially if he does 3 times. Like 1 time is supposed to be enough. The first time he did it in Dragon Ball, it killed him. So
yeah,
the fact that he does it 3 times and he's way older makes less sense.
I did like though how concerned Beerus was getting. Like he's like, yo, get his Senzu bean ready right away. When he gets defeated right now, we need him to eat that bean or he's going to die. And I don't know if that's Beerus being like generally like, because at the end Beerus gives some actual like appreciation to Roshi and whatnot. But I don't know if that's Beerus saying like, yo, like if he dies, then like we lose an entire universe, or like, because technically if Frost killed Roshi, that would have been it for the entire universe, right? For
no, it would just
at least for
disqualify Frost.
Oh, just Frost. Okay, I thought it was instant like killing of the universe.
I don't think so.
Okay,
but
And so during all this nonsense with the multiple containment waves, Frost fires a random attack towards Vegeta. And Vegeta just like stops it right away, and we hear from Frost that the entire reason for his like revenge is against Vegeta, because Vegeta's the one that took him down and humiliated him back in the previous arc.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I like how they did that. Like, he just shot over there just to get his attention.
Yep, he's like, "Hey, you seeing this?" Because Vegeta mentions like, I don't like, he doesn't care about Roshi as much as like the others do, but
he clearly showed that he cared slightly.
Showed respect.
That's right. He knows.
Everyone did that for Roshi. Even Beerus, the damn god person.
It's true. Gotta love that old man.
I love seeing that, honestly. Roshi deserves a lot more respect, like, for everything that he's done.
I mean,
They treated him so well.
He's been like the laughing stock forever with the whole like girl obsession and stuff, and now is finally this time where like he's actually like fighting and whatever with everyone. So
Fighting and like has like a story to him.
right.
Yeah.
Like, he fought in Resurrection F, but it was just like he was another fighter pretty much.
Yo,
Right.
he was a boss, though, in that.
Yeah.
I love seeing him get all muscly. I don't know why. Shut up.
It's a great gimmick that no one else like stole,
Yeah.
even though it's so old in the show.
I mean, the only thing is technically like future Trunks.
Oh yeah, and Kale. Or yeah, Kale.
Right.
Majin Buu tried for it a little bit and then fell asleep.
Yeah, we don't talk about him anymore.
I'm still pissed about that. And then so Vegeta finally starts engaging with Frost, and like he punches Frost. Frost goes flying into a rock, and it seems like he went down too easily. He's getting up all slow, and he's talking about like, "Oh, I've been a fugitive now since you humiliated me. My body is weaker," and blah blah blah. And Vegeta just like, "Yeah, stop buying time, you asshole, and get up." And he's like, "Oh, you saw right through my clever plan there."
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's weird dialogue, but yeah.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, Choo Choo Poo Poo blasts through the rock that Frost got knocked into, and starts tag teaming with Frost against Vegeta.
Chugga chugga choo choo.
It's so true.
What was with the rocks in his ears?
So
No, because he
his
can't take
weakness is that he gets insulted.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then Vegeta blew it off, and then he started yelling at him, calling him useless, and then he like shut down.
He
Yeah.
did.
He pushed
He got
him off
depressed.
the edge. Yeah. It's a real disease, people.
And this is when, so they're tag teaming, and this is when Roshi's like, you know what? Third time's the charm, and he tries to do the wave, and then Frost just manages to jump in front of it and reflect it back to Vegeta. And Vegeta,
Well,
Right.
Frost goads him into it.
yeah, well, he says like, this is what I was waiting for.
But what did he say? He said something to provoke it. He was like, "Oh, that's really evil" or something. I don't remember. It was. I think he was trying to use it against Vegeta too.
Hey Roshi, isn't this evil? Don't you wish
Yeah.
you could contain this?
Oh,
Hey guys, let's do the wave.
God.
It was pretty close to that actually.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that obvious, but
No, but-
again, I didn't think Roshi would have a third bottle. That's what bothered
Yeah.
me.
He's been stocking up. Come on.
Yeah. So Frost gets it, reflects it back to Vegeta. Vegeta's getting sucked in. Roshi smashes the bottle. Doesn't work because the second bottle's still intact. And boom, Vegeta gets sucked into the bottle. He's a genie in a bottle, baby. Come. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you don't like the Christina Aguilera reference?
It was something. But yeah.
So this is the part now where I think a lot of us got worried because we talked about in the last episode the end credits showing the fighters in a certain order, and Vegeta would be third to go if that was the thing. So Vegeta being in the bottle, first of all, I was thinking like that's a really dumb way for him to go.
Well,
Like I think
but realistically, that's the only way to knock him out third on the team.
yeah.
Especially by like someone by Frost.
Yep. So that's where like I started panicking.
Yeah.
I was like, this can't be happening.
I'm like, the only one who'd be more upset than me would be Vegeta himself for being knocked out from such a stupid thing.
Yeah.
Like, trying to save Roshi's own attack being the cause of Vegeta's, like,
Right.
defeat, and his defeat just being tossed over the edge in a bottle.
But let's be honest here. That seems like such a Vegeta thing to have happened to him.
Yeah, but I feel like especially with Super, they've been like Vegeta's been ultra like determined and like strict with himself, and like he's been training a lot harder than usual, I think, and not just like physically, like I think like mind wise, like the fact that he was able to combine with Goku and fight so well back in the Black Arc is just a hint of how far Vegeta has come. Because it was back in I think Resurrection F the movie, Whis was talking about the whole thing where Goku, you're a great fighter, but you're dumb as a stump. And Vegeta, you're a tactician and you're great, but you don't get along well with others. So like if you two just managed to get past these own personal issues, you'd be the greatest fighters. And if you came together, you'd be you'd be unstoppable. And that was one of my biggest complaints with Resurrection F was I felt like they were building up to a fusion or a partnership between Goku and Vegeta, like for some ultimate attacks, and that never happened. But in Super, I feel like more and more Vegeta is becoming more like, I don't know, like a better character, or like just he's becoming just a better like teammate. Have you gotten that feel at all, or am I like completely off here?
Father.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say that. Now that he's a father for the second time around,
Yeah,
I don't know. He's gotten softer.
Yeah, I guess Vegeta having a bra does change things.
Right. In a good way, though.
For everyone.
Bingo!
God.
That will still be the
Such a throwaway episode that you love so much.
episode. That was an entire movie.
Well, technically, I broke it into an episode, but also a very small part of the movie. Yes.
Yeah. So Vegeta looks to be defeated in the bottle, and Roshi uses the very last. I took it as like that was the last of all his energy to throw that little like dink of a star.
I don't know.
It was like a speck of dust that flew by Frost.
One little, yeah.
And it misses Frost. And he's like, "Ha ha, you old man," blah blah. And then he's able to boomerang it back around and smash the bottle with Vegeta inside.
He controlled it like Yamcha would.
Yeah.
His thing.
The one time Yamcha's useful.
I like to
Spirit
think
of Yamcha coming through.
That's right.
I like to think that Yamcha's watching this tournament from a TV back home and like, oh come on!
That would be cool. Except he has no idea of even the implications of the tournament, right? Yamcha's just like,
I don't. I feel like if Yamcha knew what the stakes were, he wouldn't have been so gung ho about wanting to be on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
But the jar breaks, the cradle falls, and down comes Vegeta, blue Super Saiyan and all.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
You practice that?
No, I just came with that on the spot. He comes out Super Saiyan Blue right from the bottle, which is a really cool effect because like we saw like just the emerging from the bottle. We couldn't tell if that was just the energy of the bottle or him being powered up, and he's full on blue right out of the bottle. Frost runs away. Vegeta knocks out Choo Choo Poo Poo by knocking off the rocks in his ears, and he just crumbles like Josh says, and they just kind of shove him off the side. And then Vegeta goes to Roshi like, yo, you did a good job, like you did amazing, but you need to like retire now. So Roshi just jumps off the stage with a "Who can say where we will go?"
So true.
He falls off the edge. He appears on the stadium stairs with Beerus and them. They give him a senzu bean right away, like, yo, just eat this. And Beerus finally says, like, Roshi has earned his respect, which from Beerus, the god of destruction, that's a kind of a big deal.
Right. He used his name.
Yeah, that's true.
Did.
And he also mentions that the first 3 fighters out are all bald, which I thought was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought it was a good observation, actually. I was like, huh, he's right.
Yeah. And, that's the episode.
I like the picture, Fong.
Picture?
Thank you. That was from the start of the tournament. It makes more... Yeah. It made more sense then. But now since Gohan's fighting Frieza, it should be switched.
Yeah. Well, didn't they...
Yeah, that one's interesting.
Didn't they have that line at the end, too, where the, now that they're all... Like, they broke up at first, now they're kind of coming back together a little bit in terms of fighting?
What?
Oh, yeah, the... What's his name said it? Supreme Kai said it.
Yeah, they mentioned. They mentioned that in the beginning they all kind of split up, but now they're kind of like helping each other out more and coming back together. Now that the numbers are shrinking a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they're off in pairs for the most part now.
Yeah.
Except for Goku, he doesn't care.
They gotta start dealing with the robot universe because I think that next to 6 and 7 they had the most guys over anyone else.
Yeah, they had 6.
And that Supreme Kai with the glasses, I do not trust him at all, because like he was when the blue watery guy was fighting him, they kept mentioning like, we need more research on him, we need more research on him, keep fighting them, we need more research.
So that means they have a ton of research on Universe 7 because they've been fighting nonstop.
Yeah, I feel like that they're programming the robots on the spot. Like that guy, again, we haven't seen that guy with the cane yet. I'm still convinced that guy with the cane is controlling all the robots. I feel like they're programming information on the fighting styles into all these robots on the fly, so they know how to like fight them when the time comes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because the Supreme Kai of that universe was really concerned once like he got knocked out in less than a punch.
He couldn't get the data.
Yeah. Any other things you guys want to talk about this episode at all, Fong?
No, nothing.
Joshy?
Trying to think. I mean, we kind of went over it literally piece by piece.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's the best way of going through these things. That way we touch on a little bit of everything, and we kind of get a semblance of a story as we discuss it.
yeah, so I don't really see anything missing actually.
Oh yeah, that blue guy. His name's a pun. That's all I cared about.
Is it?
Yeah,
It was Maji Kaio.
yeah. That just means like seriously, and he said that a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he said it when he got knocked out.
I
And then
thought
the
it was a
Supreme
play
Guy
off
says it.
Majin Buu or something.
Nah,
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
that joke's not going to work in English.
It's true.
Unless his name is like Siri Isley.
Serious.
Yeah.
XM.
Sirius
Well,
Flash.
Ships already sailed on that, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
gone.
I wish we could have seen more of that guy, because we saw Goku fighting him in the previous episodes, and like he didn't seem like Goku didn't have much of a hard time getting away from him either. So like,
he just kind of flew away.
yeah, like they kind of like. So I don't know if Jiren's punch really is like, oh, that was amazing, or that guy was just really weak. But because even Rabbit Beerus got away pretty quickly. Like he got
Maybe.
he got held down, but he was
Right,
able
and
to.
they just kind of blasted the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe he was just really weak. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Good point.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is the recap and the discussion for episode 107, Revenge F, the Cunning Trap, question mark, exclamation point, which I realize most of these episodes have the question mark, exclamation point.
Because they're all shocking and thrilling, exciting.
Yeah. But like the Cunning Trap, like what was the trap? Was it just two more?
Mafuba.
Yeah, two more Mafuba waves? That's not very cunning. It's just dumb,
Well, his plan was cunning.
I guess.
Oh no, Frost plan was a trap for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was exactly a trap. It trapped in Vegeta.
Yeah.
Literally.
I like that part where he's like at point blank range against Roshi, and it's almost like a sniper light on Roshi's head. Like
Yeah, and it didn't actually fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the direction was really good this episode. I like the action with the team up with Frost and Mageto was really good.
Yeah, and just the fact that Frost was willing to work with Mageto as well. Like he's not like he's still like in this for like the entire saving the universe thing. Like I
Right.
feel like almost like Frieza, for instance, wouldn't like, oh, I'm not fighting with Goku to take down any of these guys. I'm here for my
Yeah.
own fun. Frost is much more, I think, cunning, and like he's not driven like he's driven by revenge, but he's not blinded by revenge.
Right.
Probably just thinks it's a stupid robot that he could use.
Well, that too. But he's at least giving off the attempt, like he's been doing for years, apparently. Giving off an attempt that he's a good guy. So, same kind of deal.
Yep.
But even when it matters like this, he's still doing it. So,
Yeah. And
yeah, sure, it counts for something.
all in all, we lost 2 players. Each side, Universe 6 and 7, lost 1. So that keeps them even again. So.
Right. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong, because the blue guy's also, so 3.
Oh, right.
I forgot about that, yeah.
So now we're down
Since he was off the
to
beginning.
30.
So 33.
33.
Yep.
Cool.
It's getting there. So, as Fong predicted, we've got about 30 people losing next episode, and then we've got 3 left.
They're gonna check them all out.
Well, if they keep up with like 3 per, that's a pretty good thing.
Well, yeah, but in terms of this big episode thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, we should also mention, we forgot in the recap, Goku fighting the magical girl.
Well,
Like
that's all next episode.
No, because in this episode, he sees Roshi getting
Yeah,
attacked.
they started at this episode.
Yeah, we see Roshi getting attacked by Frost, and he goes running over to Roshi, and the magical girl shows up and stops
Right.
him.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, nothing else happened with that.
I figured I'd mention it just so we have a full recap.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that is the recap and discussion for Revenge F. Next week's episode 108, Frieza and Frost conjoined malice? ? Exclamation point.
Oh, hey, same thing.
Exactly. I'm telling you, it's either double exclamation points or ? Exclamation point each time.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Now I got to keep an eye on that for future ones.
Did you guys both watch the preview?
Yes.
Yes, always.
Thoughts, predictions, anything?
Frieza.
Gohan gets thrown off.
Gohan's gonna lose.
Hope so.
I don't know, but Frieza's becoming a big pain. That's what it looks like.
Well, right in the preview, you heard, I think it was Gohan doing like the voiceover, and like, guys, Frieza's been up to shit the entire time. Like, they revealed that like right in the preview, so I feel like they're not going to be holding back any punches with that.
I mean, they were blatantly fighting each other, so like,
like I thought
it's gonna add to the drama of them trying to work alongside each other because they need to win, but they also need to kill this guy now because he's not cooperating. I don't know.
Do you think we'll see a Frieza and Frost fusion or a Frost Gold or anything of that like kind of thing? Because I feel like
Maybe not next episode.
But you think it's going to be a while? Because I feel like this Frost and Frieza thing is not going to be one and done in an episode. I think this is going to carry over quite a few.
I think that's right. I don't think two very important characters like that could be gone in one episode like this. So, yeah. I think it's going to hold out a little bit, if anything. But I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. It's interesting. But we shouldn't know how it's going to go, because that's why we got to wait.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes out September 24th, 2017. So it'll be out in a week. Not too long of a wait. Literally the exact same as every other anime, except last week when they took a week off.
And then the week after next week,
God damn
I
it.
take a week off.
we picked the worst time to come back to the... Well, actually, is it the worst or the best?
time.
Yes, because you got all these breaks in between.
Yeah, I love breaks.
All right. Any final thoughts, guys, before we close out this week's episode?
No, I'm good.
It was a good episode. Hopefully next one's good too.
That's right.
I have high hopes. The Frost and Frieza stuff to me is really interesting. Ever since like they had that little conversation at the very beginning of this arc together, when they're like, "Yo, we doing this? Fuck yeah, man!" You can decide which one was Frost and Frieza in that scenario.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I'm excited. Again, the directions in this week's episode was great. I hope that carries over into the next one. Because I did not like the previous episode with Tien that much at all. I thought it was just very dumb, the events that happened in it.
I love that man, but he always disappoints.
Yeah.
Well, whatever happens next episode is going to lead into the big thing.
The big event.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that event's just going to be all about Frieza. That's what's going to be.
I'm calling a fusion. It's going to be called Frozen. They're going to let it go all over the place.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Thank you.
Maybe not the last little part where they're letting it go, but like the name actually could make sense.
Well, we have King Cold, Frieza, Cooler. Wasn't it Queen Chiller?
No.
I
think you just found something on the internet.
Did I ever? Wait, no. This is actually. Did I ever tell you that's an actual thing because of me? I made that character like canon.
What?
Because you like Frozen so much?
No. I wrote into. Do you guys remember Beckett magazine?
No.
Yeah, I have them shits.
Okay, I have one like with me somewhere in my closet. I wrote to them years ago. Little Ken O'Connor, like barely could read anything. I wrote in because they were at they just random email, and I was talking about do you think we'll ever see Frieza's mother? And I described
what a weird thing to request.
But they responded to me and they used it as the main thing for that issue. And I don't know if it's in this issue or not, but they drew a picture of what they thought Frieza's mom would look like, and they put it next to my email in the magazine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I gotta find that.
Can we get a picture of that?
Yeah, I'll find it. It's definitely somewhere because I kept it sealed in a plastic baggie. This is gold one day.
Tell me the issue. I might have it still.
Okay, I'll tell you if I find it. But if I find that, I'll try to put a picture up online somewhere, maybe in the video.
Or just send it to us. I don't know.
Well, obviously. I'm talking about for the people listening who might be interested.
Right.
And we should just mention quickly, thank you to those who did listen to the last week's episode. It actually got a lot more views than I thought it would after us being gone for like 2 years. So thank you for those who took the time to listen to it. It was a long episode too. It was over an hour. So thank you guys.
Yeah, the millions of listeners.
That's right. A lot of Fong fans out there.
A lot of Fong fans. Ladies love a da Fong.
Damn right.
All right, let's wrap this up now. Thank you guys all for listening to the 3-Star Dragon Ball Buddies. Like always, I've been Ken O'Connor.
I'm Josh Brandman.
I'm Fong.
See you guys next week for Frieza and Frost Conjoined Malice. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Question mark, exclamation point.
Guy